If you have kids or pets, you know stains and odors in your carpet and upholstery are inevitable, but the experts at ChemDry can help. ChemDry removes odors and stubborn stains by sending millions of carbonating bubbles deep within your carpet. ChemDry lifts dirt, urine, and stains to the surface to then be extracted away, giving you a cleaner and healthier home. Call 1-800-ChemDry or visit chemdry.com to connect with your local ChemDry and learn about special offers in your area. That's 1-800-ChemDry or visit chemdry.com today.
There's no need to fear.
There's nothing better in life than my son's smile.
What's up, y'all? This is Tim Einenkel. Welcome to Andy Don't Stop with Chuck D. This is my segment, The Library. Today I go outside the library and interview Illus, who has a new album out called Family First. Why call your album Family First?
I started Family First as we were wrapping up the last album, For Adam. And my wife and I were just planning our family, and when we got pregnant, you had to kind of come to terms with that, like from now on, it's no longer about me, it's about us. And I really wanted to capture that time period of the pregnancy through birth and a series of songs. And it just kind of happened naturally. It just kind of made sense. Once you realize you're having a baby, everything kind of focuses on that.
I'm sure you noticed, though.
Anyone that follows you on Twitter, on Facebook, even this album, your son is one of the most important thing to you. So, just as an artist, how has your writing, how has it changed since the birth of your son? I mean, is your lyrical content different, or do you really have to look out for what you say? Stuff like that.
Technically, I don't think there's anything different that I'm doing now, except now I have to kind of maximize my time better since I get very little free time to write and record. In regards to inspiration, there's always something new and wonderful to be inspired about as a father and as a husband, and anyone who's has a family knows that there's an endless amount of topics. People make careers on talking about their family, whether it's Cosby or comedians or whoever. It really makes you just look at the world differently than when you're just some rapper trying to battle other rappers and rap about other rappers and so forth and so on. So, and surprisingly, I don't necessarily feel like I've had to tone anything down or change anything. I feel like I've been going in this direction for a while. With
For Adam, the album prior to this one, and this album, you have a theme to it. Does that, as an artist, help you? Does that a little more help for you to have an album that actually has a theme?
I come from a time period when albums had themes.
Right.
That's just the way I like to craft, my work. Whether it was Fear of a Black Planet or BDP's Ghetto Music Blueprint album, De La Soul's 3 Feet High in Rosin. These were albums that they were very thematic, and all the songs, had something to do with each other, and they had a similar vibe. And a lot of the albums, back then, they were produced by one person, and so you had that consistent vibe. And I just really love albums that collect a period in time in an artist's life. Songs that relate and flow together, that capture a period in time. That others generations later can experience and connect with. So when I decided to do, if I'm going to put all this effort into making an album, which to me is a collection of songs, I want it to mean something and not just be like, 16 tracks of just random rapping.
Right.
Because that bores me as a fan and as a listener. So I try to not do that.
I want to go into one of the people that you helped co-produce the mix, DJ Johnny Juice.
Yo, what's up? This is DJ Johnny Juice. Johnny Juice. Chilling right now with my boy Illus.
Once again, as you were creating this album, I was following you on Twitter, and I highly remember when I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning, very extremely positive, just a positive, vibe view of Johnny Juice, and saying that, he pushes. He's a producer like no other. He pushes you. He pushes your limits, but he pushes you to the limit, not in necessarily a bad way.
Right.
So if you can, I mean, just can you discuss what it's like working with Juice and kind of how is he different from other producers?
Well, Juice is a legend, and he's worked literally with the best in the business. Public Enemy, Slick Rick, Beastie Boys, Leaders of the New School, Son of Berserk. I mean, these are on a whole other level. These are the top tier, artists. And he's seen and heard it all and knows everything there is to know. And he's not someone that you can bullshit. So you have to come prepared and be professional and be ready to work hard. And because Juice will tell you straight up when you're whack. He'll tell you something isn't working, and he'll just make you work until you get it right. And I love that personally because when you as an artist you write your songs and you come up with all these ideas in your head, and then you get to the studio and you're working with the producer and the engineer, and you basically created an idea in a bubble in your own head, which you think is amazing. And then you get there and you record, and your average producer may not care or may not be concerned with bringing out your best, and they may not say anything. Maybe not that they're being dishonest or not genuine, but they may just think it's okay to let you do what you do, and so forth and so on. Whereas Juice is very opinionated because he's been around so long, and he's, like I said, he's seen and done it all. So he'll tell you.
Honey, I got rhythms I haven't used yet.
Speaking with Illus, new album is called Family First. The first time I heard your stuff was from your last album for Adam, and
okay.
I think what blew me away was what you did at the end of the track Red Dawn. Okay. And as you pointed out to me early in the email, you originally did this at the end of Old Friends on Feel Good Music. Yeah. And what you did was you did a cappella.
Right.
So I want to go into, in this new album, for Family First, Eyes of a Child. You did it again. You did a cappella. So I want to know why do you have this theme of a cappella?
I started doing it because I felt like it gives the listener like a rest in between songs. So originally on Feel Good Music, the first a cappella comes right after Old Friends, and there's a series of songs. I believe that's also the third or fourth song on the album. So I kind of just wanted to give the listener a rest, kind of slows things down for a moment, and allows some breathing room, during the listening journey. I don't really like skits on albums. There are a few artists that could really do skits really well. Soul, Master Ace, and to me, those are really the only two that I enjoy. Anyone else skits, irritate me. So this is my way of kind of like doing the skit, slowing the album down, giving some breathing room for the listener, without actually doing a skit, and kind of just sharing thoughts and ideas, through these lyrics. I got into hip hop because I love the lyrics. So that's the most important part to me. Beats are great, production, but I enjoy writing lyrics, and these are verses that I thought fit within the context and theme of the album, and I just wanted to share them.
Time slips and we regret time past. When we dig graves, crying, remembering we used to laugh. The legacy of grandparents and stories told. Thinking we never get old. Now we got our own grandkids to hold. Memories of
I want to go into another track, track number 9 on the album. It's Extraordinary featuring Blueprint.
Maybe I'm hating, but the fame don't really mean a thing. Gotta confess, I'm more impressed by the little things.
Could you just talk about how this track came about? Like, what's the story behind it?
Sure. I met Blueprint years ago through my friend and fellow musician Paul Date. I was working as Paul's manager, actually, at the time, and Print was in town. They had toured together, Paul and Blueprint, and Blueprint was in town with Atmosphere touring, and I introduced myself because we had never actually met in person, so we connected that way at first, and we stayed in touch, talked about doing some art, and I'd wanted to do some album art for him, and we shared emails back and forth. When we finally decided we were going to do a song together, and that he was actually going to, produce the beat, and the beat was right, I had to come up with a theme. And when you work with an artist like Blueprint, you can't waste your time just doing your typical rap song, rapping about yourself, or attacking other rappers. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do something meaningful that could be played and enjoyed by any age group during any point in time. And So who's never fantasized about being a superhero? So that was like the first idea was like, all right, I want to do something, you know, that everyone can kind of connect with and relate to. And the idea actually really clicked after reading one of Blueprint's blogs about how he helped this girl who got off the wrong bus and was lost. And at first he was really hesitant. You know, he saw this person approaching him, and she asked if she could use his phone. You know, we're all kind of like preconditioned nowadays to not trust strangers and to be suspicious of people. But he actually went out of his way. He let her use the phone. She got in touch with her mother, who, you know, he had to wait with this girl while, you know, the mother came to pick her up because she was lost. Took some time to do that, and he found out the girl was actually younger than he even thought. You know, I forget what her age was. But it was a really powerful, you know, blog entry, and it made me think about what regular people can do to help each other and make the world a better place, and how we don't need superpowers to be heroes or just be good people. So his blog and his writing and his experience really inspired the song, on top of him producing the album. So really, like, he inspired the theme, and I just kind of steered it in that direction, and he went to town with it. I love that track. What's the future of Illus, and how can the audience cop the album? The album will be on iTunes and everywhere digital music is sold on May 29th, Amazon and wherever else sells music. And physical CDs will be available in select locations. They can subscribe to my website, adamwalenta.com, ADAMWALLENTA, and they'll find links to where they can get the limited edition autographed CDs. As for the future, I'm just really working hard on promoting this project. We've got basically 1 to 2 videos that we're trying to release every week for the next 2 months. And getting all that done, and then we'll see if people want more from me. So I don't have specific plan. I have lots of ideas in my head for albums and ideas. You know, we'll see where that goes and if there's demand for it. But for now, I just want to, you know, focus on family first and spread the word that it's out there. Cool. And I appreciate, you helping out doing that. And all your listeners. The name of the album is Family First. The artist is Illus. Illus, thank you so much for joining us on The Library with Tim Heinecke and You Don't Stop with Chuck D. My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Welcome to the world, little man. Take daddy's hand. I'm here for you to help you understand. You're a gift of life. Wide eye so bright, the light that shines like a star. Conceived in love. Believe you are a new branch on a tree so tall. Roots so deep we can never ever fall. Together stand strong. You need me, call. I'll be right there. You don't have to fear. Your mom and me together, we're right here. Never question the love we have for you. Never underestimate what we would do to protect you. Trust that we would never neglect you or let you get lost. No matter the cost, we'll provide for you. Sacrifice my life and die for you. Guide you through the love and the pain. Provide shelter through the cold and the rain. Inspire you to be all you can be. To reach for the stars and teach you to think with love in your heart and an open mind. To be free to follow your destiny in time and grow from a boy to a man. Still, it'll never be too far to hold your hand. Stand by your side through thick or thin. Family first to the very end. And stand by your side through thick or thin. Family first to the very end. 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 Family first to the very end.
I love you.